Ocado, the UK online grocer that has increasingly sold its e-commerce and automated warehouse technology to other supermarkets around the world, has now acquired two US robotics companies. Good afternoon. You are listening to another episode of Black Man Into the Wild. I'm blessed to be here with you all today, and I'm blessed to have you here with me as well. Now, this afternoon, we're going to be taking a look at a company called Ocado. Founded in April of 2000, Ocado Group is a publicly traded company that develops software, robotics, and automation systems for online retailers. That being said, you're going to see here in a little bit that we're going to focus today on what they're doing specifically to revolutionize the way we shop for our groceries. Their mission is to change the way the world shops for good and to harness the unlimited potential of technology for people and the planet. Now, before we get started today, if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share with your friends if you like what you hear. Now, today's article comes from Fortune.com, and the article is titled, British Online Grocer Ocado, known for its automated warehouses, acquires two U.S. robotics companies. And, this story actually caught my eye because one of my first jobs was stocking the dairy and frozen food section of our local Dave's supermarket back in Cleveland. Also, I know a couple of months ago we spoke about some of the new warehouse robotics being developed over at Boston Dynamics. And I think these autonomous systems that we're getting ready to see here in a little bit, I believe fall in the same category. So it goes on to say, the acquisitions will bolster Ocado's grocery technology, enabling the company and the other supermarkets it serves to replace some current warehouse workers. It also signals Ocado's move into helping other kinds of retailers fulfill online orders. The company said Monday that it has bought Kindred Systems, a San Francisco-based robotics company whose warehouse robots help customers such as Gap and American Eagle Outfitters. It is also buying Haddington Dynamics, a small company based in Las Vegas that makes a sophisticated robotic arm for customers including DuPont and NASA. Now, right off the bat, and it's really no secret, we've talked about it before, their goal is to eliminate as many human warehouse workers as possible. It says, we have been investing in autonomous robots and picking for a decade, says James Matthews, CEO of Ocado's technology division, which builds the systems that Ocado's own grocery business uses, as well as the tech it sells to other grocers through its Ocado Smart platform. Ocado has been one of the best performing publicly listed UK companies during the COVID-19 pandemic, as online grocery shopping has soared. Although its automated warehouses had trouble keeping pace with a surge in demand during March and April of 2020, the company soon recovered, in part by adding more warehouse workers and delivery drivers. Interesting. Ocado, which has no physical retail stores, runs some of the most automated grocery order fulfillment centers in the world. These warehouses use thousands of robots, each about the size and shape of an office copy machine, to grab items from crates stacked in a huge steel and aluminum lattice that the company calls the Hive. The robots bring these items to a pick station, where in most cases a human worker assembles each customer's order, packing it into a shopping bag or shopping bags for delivery. Now, we're going to see in this video here exactly what I'm talking about, exactly what the article is talking about, really. You see, the robot's grid is actually the top of a giant three-dimensional lattice, a modular cage packed with groceries. Each time a robot stops, it drops a claw-like attachment into the bowels of the lattice, again, the hive, as human workers call it, descending as many as 3 stories. The claw grabs the sides of a white plastic crate containing fruit, vegetables, cereal, any of 55,000 different items, and retracts it up into the robot's belly. The robot then carries the crate to another grid square and lowers it into the pick tunnel, which sits beneath the hive on the warehouse's ground floor. There, workers pick items out of the crates to fill customers' orders, placing the groceries into red plastic bins, which are then loaded onto, again, trucks for delivery. Now, this is wild, and it's happening over there in the UK, with Amazon, doing what they do over here in the U.S., their recent acquisition of Whole Foods a couple of years ago. I'm sure they're working on something like this. Now it says humans also have to decant items that are delivered to the warehouse from suppliers and feed them into the hive. This process involves removing items from shrink-wrapped pallets or unloading boxes and then packing them into the plastic crates that are fed into the hive. These two human-driven processes, decanting and picking, cost about $9 million per warehouse per year, Ocado said in a statement. And it is these two processes that Kindred's and Haddington's robotic systems are designed to help automate. And right there, we can see economics at work. Now, Paul Clark, Ocado's chief technology officer, has said he envisions the company eventually moving to completely dark fulfillment centers, ones that would be fully automated and employ virtually no people. Kindred's robots are particularly good for handling boxed items or soft items, such as clothing. Matthew said that Ocado's purchase of the company would help Ocado as its supermarket clients add more general merchandise to their online offerings. But given Kindred's existing relationships with retailers such as Gap and American Eagle, he said the acquisition also signals a long-anticipated strategic move by Ocado into selling e-commerce and automated fulfillment technology to other kinds of retailers besides just grocers. Wow. Matthew said that Ocado would begin using Kindred's robots almost immediately and would roll them out to its other customers within the next 2 to 3 years. As for Haddington, I paused there because I want to say they have partnerships here in the U.S. with Kroger, and then I think there's a grocery chain in Canada called Sobeys that they're also working with. So just keep that in mind. Again, it says, as for Haddington, its robot arm is considered one of the most lightweight and dexterous currently being sold. Matthew said that the arm would potentially enable Ocado to automate the sorting and picking of a wide range of items, including very delicate ones such as fruit, which is difficult for most robots to handle without bruising or damaging it. Matthew said, Ocado had conducted a year-long search to find robotics companies that should help it further automate its operations, closely scrutinizing about 15 businesses before settling in on Kindred and Haddington. Now, what do I think of Ocado? I think that they're trying to reimagine the future of online grocery shopping. What it looks like is, again, within that grid or lattice system that we see here, the storage of items is continuously optimized for availability and efficiency. Based on what I was looking at, it said the robots move at speeds of up to 4 meters per second, and they can pick a 50-item customer order in 5 minutes. Now, you try doing that the next time you're visiting your neighborhood Trader Joe's. I mean, without seeing these things firsthand and in person, it's almost really unimaginable. Now, Amazon has robots in their warehouse fulfillment centers that act similarly to what we're seeing here with these grocery shopping robots from Ocado, at least in regard to how they move autonomously on a grid platform to retrieve goods ordered by customers online. And we know that a couple of years back, Amazon bought Whole Foods, helping them enter into the grocery space. They've also now recently opened up a couple of their Amazon Go grocery stores, which offer a cashierless and checkoutless experience. So, I don't know. Maybe now that Jeff Bezos has stepped down as CEO and handed over the reins to Andy Jassy, maybe, establishing and developing a network of grocery-specific warehouses will be one of his initiatives. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. This has been another episode of Black Man Into the Wild. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great day.